Hey y'all! Welcome to our podcast, The Pretty Ugly Struggle, hosted by Conni Luv and B.Hall. Each week, sit with us as we discuss viral topics, raising kids, relationships, running businesses, and trying to look good while doing it. The mother effing struggle is real.
Are you good to go?
Rolling.
Number 2.
Rolling.
Record. Let's go. We live.
What up, what up, what up? It's your girl, Conni Luv.
And I'm your girl, B.Hall.
And it's another week of
The Pretty Ugly Struggle.
What's up, y'all?
Thank you for joining us for another week of the Pretty Ugly Struggle podcast. Y'all ready to jump right in?
Let's jump right in. It's late. Let's just do what we do.
Okay, baby. So, did y'all catch the fucking debate last night? It was, in my opinion, it was a shit show.
I was about to say a shit show.
It was
the
a shit show. I
it.
did miss the first 20 minutes of it.
Yeah.
But as soon as I walked into the spot I was watching that, the first thing I heard Biden say was that Trump was a clown. And from there, it was go.
That was like true trailer trash. Like going at it. That was like trailer trash, just like going.
2 old white men just
calling each other out. Did you hear when he was talking about his son? Like, nigga, like, dude, you keep down, listen.
He kept, you know what? Trump kept trying to make it personal.
Yeah.
Kept trying to take shots.
But that's what losers do.
Yeah,
you know,
we don't have nothing else.
You know, when you arguing and you be like, well, you did this, and you be like, well, girl, you ugly.
You be like, and your mama fat.
And your mama, you know what I'm saying? So it was real childish at times. You know, they didn't address
the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, they didn't address the real things that we should be talking about right now. It was just like you did this, you said that, and it was just a lot.
It was like a lot of bickering, back and forth, taking shots. Trump didn't want to answer any questions directly. Yeah. That's what I kept. He kept wanting to take you around the motherfucking world and not answer the direct
that's
question.
what narcissists do.
Absolutely.
They don't answer anything directly. All they do is talk shit and talk in circles and have your ass confused as hell. Be like, damn, did I ask that question?
Gaslighting at its finest.
Yeah. So he did it. I mean, to me, overall, both of them honestly and truly sucked. You know, for lack of better words.
Sum it all up, guys.
Like they both were like not representative of who I would choose for a president.
As a president. I posted a meme today that said, God, if you don't got no more presidents, just say that. Let us know.
Yeah.
Because I can't believe this is what we're down to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I think I don't even have no opinion on it. I just think that it's just fucked up. Excuse my language. I think it's messed up because of where we are. Because we don't have a choice. I think we have to take responsibility. I think it was a lot going on in the world to where we weren't paying attention to the actual candidates and saying, hey, like get out there and do some early voting and just making sure we support some candidates that were really worth it, because we had better people than Biden. But I'm still
How do you feel about the vice president that he has as a running mate, Biden, Kamala Harris?
She wasn't my first pick, but I like her. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I like the fact that she's a black woman. I support that.
Right on.
Listen, black women.
Did you see they posted that video of her in her Timberlands?
Yes. But you know what? I liked it, but at the same time, I'm like, stop stereotyping us.
I thought it was so fucking cheesy.
That shit wasn't cool.
I thought it was cheesy.
And then now Jimmy Choo got a $5,000 goddamn dope ass damn Timberland boot that I want, but I'm not buying it. Yeah, they got 2 styles. Jimmy Choo.
I'm sick. They always want to use black culture to promote their shit.
Yeah, and then we go out and buy the shit.
I fucking refuse.
But it is what it is. But at the end of the day, y'all make sure y'all go vote, regardless of anything. I don't want Trump back as a president, even though I actually believe
he got some okay policies.
I believe in some of the shit that he says, you know, but I don't want him as a president because he's a bigot and he's a racist. So, let's not put him back in office. Let's not give that power.
Speaking of being back in office, he has not said that he would leave the White House if it comes down to him losing the presidential race.
He's shown you though throughout his presidency that he's gonna push his power. One thing this man has done is he's pushed his limits. He gonna show y'all like, nigga, I'm the president. I can do whatever I want to do. I'm gonna push it to the limit. And so that's what he's done, and he's shown y'all that he'll do that. So
Yeah.
I believe him.
That kind of scares me.
And they actually asked him in the debate, like, are you going to be able to concede and go on about your business?
He still said no.
And he was like, I'm gonna make sure.
What he was saying was he was talking about the whole mail-in ballots, and it's 10 days after the ballot. Like, how should that still be okay to count those votes if it's after November 3rd?
Some of that does.
No, you still need to count all those. If it's post dated on November 3rd, you mailed in your ballot, so it should still count.
So there should be a different post date. To me, it should be a post date where if it has to be done by November 10th, you need to mail your ballot by the 1st. Like, that's just my opinion. Why would you wait to the last minute, on something that's so important? Like,
because that's the election day, actually. I agree that you should mail your shit in early.
There should be a cutoff date. I definitely believe.
You got 7 days to count that shit.
Yeah.
I think about all the people that's counting. Who counting the votes? That's what I don't know.
That mail-in ballot stuff, I agree with Trump. A lot of that can be, in that aspect, I'll say it can be. I'm not saying that it is, but it definitely can be scrutinized. It can be fraudulent. It can be. What is the other word that I'm looking for?
I guess I don't agree with it just because he gonna use that to his advantage to stay in the office.
I mean, of course he is. He's gonna try to do, because I guarantee if he win, he ain't gonna say, "Oh, the ballot, them counts, y'all missed some counts." Like, he's not gonna do that. We all do that when you're trying to win something. But I mean, there was, like I said, there was truth to what he was saying. But do I agree with everything he said? No.
That's true. That's true.
But at the end of the day, y'all make sure y'all go vote. Go early.
Can I just say one point that stood out to me as far as the debate goes was when they pressed him on the whole white supremacy and the Proud Boys, and he could not downplay them. He still was like, stand back but stand by. That was huge for the night to me.
I mean, that was the most.
He was like, listen when I tell you to go, you motherfucking go. That's what I took from that.
And then you got to realize that that's some power. If you can tell a group of people, hey, hold on, just wait on me.
Yeah, he their leader.
Wait on me. You know what I mean? So, it was definitely some bull crap, for lack of better words. Like, it's just, we are dealing with a president that promotes white supremacy. We are dealing with a president that promotes racism. We're dealing with a president that promotes bigotry and feminism, all of that. We're dealing with all of that, so you just have to be, that's why we have to vote. At the end of the day, there's nothing else we can really do about it, because he's in office because we didn't vote. So let's just
that's the thing to me, and maybe you could explain it to me, because as far as the votes go, when Hillary was running against him as his running mate, she won the popular vote by over 2 million votes, but because of the Electoral College, they voted against what their people wanted them to vote for. So how does that work?
So I'm not that well versed in politics and that aspect.
Okay.
My major in college was political science, y'all, but I'm old and I forgot all that shit. But hey, it has
from your heart, baby.
It has something to do with, so the popular vote determines what kind of state you are. Like, you're a red state or a blue state. Mm-hmm. So, but the Electoral College, at the end of the day, they make the decision on what that state is going to stand for. Right. So you don't win your presidency based off of your votes. You win the presidency based off of the Electoral College. Right. So that's why they say you have to vote small too. So you need to vote for your city councilmen. You need to vote for your mayors. You need to vote for your senates, because that's who ultimately makes the actual decisions or the influences of where we actually are going to be in the world. So I don't know all the terminology. I don't know exactly.
But again, that's why a lot of people feel like their vote does not count.
No, your vote actually counts, because we are a democratic. We are a nation of voting. You know what I mean? So we're not a, what is it called? It's late. I'm tired. We're not a dictatorship. You know what I mean? So not one person can make all decisions. So we are a free country. So you have to vote in order to make changes. So even if you don't feel like your vote determines who the president is going to be, your vote definitely determines.
Vote locally.
Yeah. Your local votes determine like how your county is ran.
Absolutely.
So let's just start small and start to vote for our senators, our mayors, and our city councilmen, and then we can go from there. You know. So you gotta start somewhere. Shit, your granny marched, your great grandmother marched. Why wouldn't you fucking get in line and vote?
Right. That's the least you could fucking do.
That's the least you can do. Stand in line for a couple hours. You ain't out here riding, get you some water bottles, roll your blunts, do whatever you gotta do to make yourself patient enough to stand in the long lines and do what you gotta do. You know, that's
what was your biggest takeaway from the debate?
That they ain't neither one of them shit. You know what I'm saying?
Neither one of them shit.
No, for real. Like, I don't really, to be honest with you, I watched it, but I wasn't all the way into it because I'm not really interested in hearing much of either what either one of them actually had to say. My biggest thing was, I think that when they talked about healthcare, you know, because I believe that healthcare should be universal. And I believe that every human should have the right to free health care. Just trying to see where they both stand. And neither one of them actually stood anywhere. All they did was talk about what happened during the Obama administration and not what they're going to do.
Yeah, I feel like they just kept talking about what this person didn't do and what that person didn't do, or what they did do that was so bad, instead of coming up with a plan for the future. So they're all talking about the past shit versus what it looks like for us as Americans in America.
Which your past determines your future. Your past determines your present, and your present determines your future. So you kind of got to reflect on the past in order to determine where you are now.
Not just talking shit about the past.
Yeah, and that's all they were doing, was just using it to talk about the other one, not saying, hey, this is what happened before and this is what we're going to do now, and then this is how it's going to affect the future.
Exactly.
Like, they weren't doing that.
Biden did at times. He would talk about his plan that he wants to put into play if he becomes president. Also, you know, in the background before this debate happened, a lot of people were talking about Biden is too old. He's mentally not capable of being president, and they were talking about all those times that he's like, I'll say, brain farts, quote unquote.
Well, I think that was more of Bernie Sanders.
No, even Biden. Like outside of Bernie Sanders still no, but Bernie Sanders, even though he old, he still be smart. He's sharp. But this Biden person, they would always talk about how he's mental. Like when he said, "You ain't black," like this random little shit he be doing.
I just think,
but I felt like he held his own. I was like, I don't know what they talking about. I kind of.
Yeah, I really never heard that about Biden, you know. But I think
that Charlamagne always talks about it.
Biden, to me, you know, I think the only reason we like him is because he was President Obama's vice president.
Right.
You know what I mean? And anybody who, you know, President Obama co-signs, we like to run with at the end of the day. Because I think he was the greatest president ever. He was black, and he stood for us, and he did as much as he can in the administration to make changes. They weren't just for black people, they were for all people. So we want to run with Biden. And then Biden has also done a lot for the African-American culture in the past. You know,
wait.
In the past.
Because he did that crime bill in 1983, was it? Is that what you said? Oh.
So, I don't know. It was just a lot of things.
1984 crime bill, where he locked up a lot of black people because of that bill.
Yeah.
So, when you talk about the past, it ain't the greatest.
He was a part of that, as well as Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, all of that administration. But, you know, you know better, you do better.
That's true.
So,
we're back.
You know what? At the end of the day, both of them are fools, as they called each other, and clowns, you know.
Clowns.
So we're just gonna leave it at that and put a pin on that subject. You know what I mean?
Tell us your thoughts though on the debate. What do you think should have happened? And they do have 2 more debates coming.
Yeah, I think that they should actually talk about the issues at hand. I want to hear them talk about things that actually
matter.
Bickering. Yeah, like I'm over the arguing and shit. Like, we're too grown for that, and y'all too grown for that. And how does somebody who's supposed to represent my country, like, come on now, y'all it was just childish. And so
it was very childish,
now I need to hear some real shit. I need to talk about. I want to know, what are you gonna do in the next election?
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, Biden tried, but Trump is an asshole.
It's
you know
hard.
What I'm saying?
Even the moderator was getting frustrated with him.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, too, you can't really be mad at him because he's an asshole, but he talk a lot of truth and he stand in his truth. You know what I mean? So then they don't know how to combat that. A lot of people don't know how to combat
also
that.
Because he's so uncouth, like, it's hard to, like, if I'm arguing with a person and they so ghetto hood and I'm over trying to be classy and trying to stay on the facts, it's hard not to get gutter with their ass. You know what I'm saying?
Like, hold on,
look, mama, shouting. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be difficult, man, fighting with somebody, arguing with somebody like that.
Like, if you arguing with a girl on the street, you be like, look, girl, listen.
First off, I'm gonna call the cops.
I don't fight. I really don't like to fight anymore. Like, you know, just go on your way. And the bitch keep
then you snatch them earrings off it. Hey,
look her, bitch. Look her, shot.
Look at Libby.
Hold on. That's so I can't see that. But anyway,
just tell us your thoughts. Tell us your thoughts on the
That
debate.
was it. That was it. Like
no, not yours. I mean the audience. Tell us your
make
thoughts.
sure y'all let us know.
Email us. DM us, The Pretty Ugly Struggle. Email us, prettyuglystruggle@gmail.com. Where else? Facebook. Pretty Ugly Struggle. The Pretty Ugly Struggle. I think that's it, yeah.
I think that's it.
All right.
Let's move on. Before we go on, let's make sure. I know y'all see us with a new little background.
You know what I'm talking about?
We're in Atlanta trying to do a little something different. So shout out to Walker Street Studios that allowed us to come in here and record tonight at the last minute, of course. And then Bossman Management, they hooked this thing up for us, made sure we got some camera crews and all this good
Real
stuff.
official, no I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We so appreciate you guys.
We appreciate it very much, all the love. So what's next? What's going on in the world?
You know what? I kind of, if the debate had not happened last night, I wouldn't have wanted to talk about it. Because I want to keep everything light for some reason. Like, we've been kind of heavy, I feel like, or just been a lot.
It has.
So I kind of wanted to keep it, kind of, a little different. So we're talking about relationships. We love talking about relationships. And today's relationship topic is interracial dating.
Well, first, let's talk about, everybody's having babies, right? Like, Sierra and Russell Wilson just had their baby.
Their third baby. And their son, Win.
And then the baby, Win. I thought it was a girl.
Oh, it's a boy.
Oh, it's a boy. It is a boy. And he's so freaking handsome. And I just love the name Win. I think it's so cute.
All we do is win, baby.
And then...
And they did just win against the Cowboys, if anybody didn't know.
Oh, wow.
Yes, they fucking did.
Girl.
Yes, I did.
And then Usher has had a new biracial baby. What's his baby mama name?
Don't get me started. She's...
What's the baby name?
I don't know. Ooh, it's a girl.
Look how ugly that is.
I know it's a girl.
Just shouted out Russell and Sierra.
We love him. We love them. Usher's so irrelevant now. Usher, great.
Usher is a legend.
We love this black family, Sierra and Russell Wilson, who left that white woman and got with him a black woman, building that black family.
All that melanin.
You know what I'm talking about? That black wealth.
Over there.
You know what I'm saying? And then we have Usher over who left black women in the past, and now he got a baby by a white woman.
You sound like you feel away about that.
Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Didn't even realize it. Look.
You feel away about that. I ain't never heard B.Hall feel away about something like that. Goddamn B.Hall.
I just love the fact that Sierra and Russell have this
beautiful,
black family.
and they're young,
and their spirit, their energy is so good. You know what I'm saying? I respect that.
All of that good stuff.
I fucking respect all that, but the whole
okay. So that's what brings us where we are, about the.
But congratulations to them having a new baby girl.
Yeah.
Okay, yay!
Congratulations, and then, okay. Obviously, you feel away. Tell us how you feel about the interracial dating and the babies and all of that. Because this is his first interracial relationship. Yeah. He tried black women, so he can't.
But he did try.
And he liked them black and older, honey.
Black and older, and not that pretty. I'll just say that. They're not that pretty.
Beauty is in the eye of the
clearly. Clearly.
You like them older. I'll say that.
He does like them older. He went a completely different way. A younger woman, a woman that is non-black. She's an other. I don't know what she does for a living or whatever. The other women have been more into business and stuff like that. He even dated his publicist or something at one point.
I think that was the wife. She was like the publicist, Tamika or whatever.
Yeah, I think they both were. And then the last one was this light-skinned kind of chunky girl.
Okay,
that was his publicist too. Okay. Or she worked for him in some kind of way. But so he tried something different. And maybe it works for him. I don't have a problem with anyone that wants to date their interests, basically. I don't have a problem with that. It's just a problem when they downplay the black woman to date the others.
Do you feel like he's done that?
No, I don't think that's
yeah.
No, I don't feel like that.
Yeah.
Usher kind of stay to itself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't hear about him. Ever since he had that whole,
Yeah. But do you think that you can be? Do you think that you can be pro-black and date interracially?
I have such a hard time with that question.
Me too.
Because I don't even know how to answer it, to be quite honest. Even for myself. I am pro-black. I love black people. I love black unity and all that greatness. Black businesses, all that. But I can't say that if a man comes into my life and he's an other, would I just be like, nah, fuck that, I want my black man? I don't know because I have this thing in my head, so I don't know what God has in store for me as far as like my mates.
Well, I'll say this: I dated a white man.
Yes.
I dated a white guy. I dated him for actually a really long time. And I liked him. I liked him a lot, but I never.
What did you like about him? Like just like one thing. Maybe.
I liked the way he treated me.
Okay.
Overall, like I was
the
queen to him. You know, he appreciated me, and I appreciated him for appreciating me. Mm-hmm. I think though I never could take him serious, and he knew that. Like I never saw a future because I just always saw myself building a black family.
Yeah.
And even when we would date and we would go out, it was like. It was cool
until
somebody reminded me that I'm with a white man.
So would you face like, you know, get bullshit from, who would you get the most bullshit from for dating a white man?
I ain't gonna say the most, but you know who I was surprised? Black men.
You were surprised?
Black men that I got bullshit from.
Really?
Black men act like they don't really care about black women dating white men because shit, they do it all the time, so they have to act like they don't care. But when we would go places, they would try him all the time. They'll say little cute stuff and little disrespectful stuff. And I'll be looking at him like, you ain't gonna say nothing?
Girl.
But little white friendly over here like, I don't even hear him. Like, he walking around here like, he don't hear him.
Do you blame him?
I'm glad he didn't, because it could have been a major situation. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, my brothers is my brothers. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad he didn't, but at the same time, it was just those are the things that made me uncomfortable. You know, and then when white
would it happen often?
Yeah, it would.
Okay,
and then when black women would see me with him, because he was a little, you know, well, when black women would see me with him, they would say stuff like, "Oh, he must got a bag. Mm-hmm. He must got some money." You know what I'm saying?
But
I'd be like,
but did he?
Well,
were they correct?
Well, it came with benefits. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fucking with no broke nigga. You know.
That's funny.
But but black women would come off at me that way, and white women would just be disrespectful.
Shut up.
And we were here in Atlanta, and to be honest with you, it was the first guy I dated in Atlanta. And I came to the black capital, and I dated the first person I ever dated was a white man.
Interesting. How were the white women disrespectful? I never had that.
We would actually, so most of the time we would go out mostly in like black places. And he's not I think I'm black type of white man. He's white, he's real white. And we would go places, but when he would take me to like Brookhaven, which is majority white people in that area, you know what I mean? They wouldn't talk to me. They would always ask him questions and never approach me. You know, little things like that. It wasn't a direct disrespect. It would always be this little indirect type of disrespect thing going on.
That's interesting.
So, you know, it's just something I really didn't want to deal with. And I don't even think it was our race that was a big deal. I think it was our backgrounds. You know, because you can be white and you ain't come from shit.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? But
there's a lot of white trash.
It was a lot. It was our upbringing. So we couldn't relate to, like, I remember one time he was like, "Oh, I'm mentoring this kid," and he's like, he asked me how to fill out a job application, and I couldn't help him because I never filled out a fucking job application.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm looking like, nigga, you ain't never filled out a job application? You know what I mean? So it was just little things like that. I'm talking about.
No, I took over the company, the family's company.
Which is what he did. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I would talk about
the privilege.
My summers in the country in Louisiana, and he's talking about his summers in Italy. Wow. It was just a background that I wasn't mature enough to be able to handle at the time. You know what I mean?
At this point, would you ever, I mean, I know you're in a relationship now, I'm not, God forbid anything happens with that, I'm just saying, would you ever date outside of your race at this point? Not necessarily white, just an other.
I don't know. Honestly and truly, I want to say no, just because I love my black men. And I love the black family, and I believe in that unity, and I want to build a black family. I want to raise a black man that goes and marries a black woman. You know what I mean? And I just believe in that. So I can't say, but the heart wants what the heart wants. Yeah. And I don't discriminate. But I don't.
It would be very difficult.
It would be very hard for me to even give anybody outside of my race a chance. Is what I'll say.
Understood.
Yeah. What about you?
I too have dated outside of my race. I was 21 at the time, and this little I was out of town. I was in at the races. You know, when races used to go down, the relays and shit down there. Oh! And it was a group of boys. It was a group of boys, about 5 or 6 of them, and there was this one white boy. He was the only one out of those men that stepped to me, being this dark-skinned black girl. And I'm talking about, and he was like, "What's up?" I was like, "What's up? What?" And I was like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then he like just put it out there, and he just let me know like, "Hey, I'm a boss out here."
Does he act like a black guy, or does he? I mean, like
he's definitely just not like your corny, lame white boy. He's definitely all he hangs around is black people. He country though. Yeah. He a country white boy. You know, their family got land and horses and shit like that. But all his friends are black. They all come to his house for sleepovers and shit. So yeah, he has picked on some black things and stuff. He was even a rapper at a point. Okay. He was even a rapper and shit. Like, but yeah, and we dated for like 4 years, and I fucking loved his family. The one thing that I couldn't get past is I feel like he was lazy. Like as a white man, like you kind of get things handed to you.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was difficult for me
to drive as our brother.
Exactly, and that really fucking bothered me. As a single mom at the time, it was just like really weird for me or whatever. Just like, oh, if he don't have a job, he'll call his dad or call his granddad, and you know he'll have a job next week type shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ain't no struggle involved in that situation. I didn't have respect for him because of that situation. So I would do things too.
There's some lazy brothers out here too, though.
Oh, absolutely, bitch. I ain't seen them. Shit, what the fuck you talking about? I've definitely seen them, but when you were talking about the way the white man treats you, I definitely have experienced that too, to where it's just something about they put you on a pedestal or something.
You know what I've realized? Like, I've been to a lot of different countries. I've been to a lot of different places. In every country, they adore black women. You know, like, they love us. Like, they look at us like, appreciate. Oh my God, she's a god. Yeah. Like, we're like forbidden fruit. Like, they want some of us, except for black men in America. Every other country that I've ever visited, in the Middle East, in Europe, all of those countries, they look at black women like, wow.
Yeah.
You know? But the black men over here look at us like,
oh, girl.
Oh shit.
But as far as
here she comes with her attitude. Let me go get an old peaceful European exotic chick.
That let me do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Girl, looking at. Because black women, we let y'all do what y'all want to do too. We just got a little lip with it. You get what I'm saying? So
we don't have to. It's a negotiation. We gonna have to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It's only so much.
If he doing right, girl, I be like.
That's what I'm saying. It's a negotiation. What I'm getting after this motherfucking deal. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But when you were saying like as far as like protecting the black woman against the black man, he couldn't.
Yeah.
And they would look at him like he not there. They still try to holler at me even though my man. And I'm holding hands with this man.
Disrespectful.
Oh yeah.
Like they had this type of ownership. Do you think do you think black women do that when they're with white women?
Wait, what?
Do you think black women are disrespectful?
Oh, like try to go after a white woman.
Like if you see a black man and he's attractive and he's successful, but he got a white girl, do you feel like
I don't think so?
She don't deserve him.
I don't think so. If they do, they not like so out with it. They not so like the black man is like. Fuck that nigga, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the black woman, I don't think she would just be like, fuck that white girl.
No, we be looking at him like, fuck him.
Exactly.
Because he turned his back on us. You know, we be like, nigga, you just want your weak ass.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Like that.
We look at him like he weak because we consider that woman to be weak.
Yeah, because he only want her.
Yeah.
There's no way a white woman is more attractive than a black woman. Oh, that was so racist. That was fucked up. I should have said that. Take that part out. Take that part out. Like, but I just believe that black women, we have an essence about us, and we're just like this. We're goddesses. There's no way you could see some of that pale next to that brown sugar and feel like, ooh, I want her.
Some of them absolutely love it. And then they say that when a black man gets money, that he wants to go get what was not obtainable for him when he did not have money.
And then, you know
it's
what
like a trophy for him.
You know what that is to me? Mm-hmm. That's like generational curse type shit. Okay. Because back in the day, in slavery times and civil... what is that shit I'm thinking of? But anyway, during slavery times and all of that bullshit, the white woman was, you can't even look at her without being whipped. without being hung. What was Emmett Till? Exactly. So she was the forbidden fruit. So when you become successful, you feel like that's a trophy piece. I got a white woman on my arm.
Yeah.
Like, and I really think that that's like some generational mental shit that's really messed up in our community. You know what I mean?
I agree.
We have a lot of generational curses that we got to start breaking. And to me, that's just one of those.
Yeah.
Like a white woman, light-skinned woman, pale, whatever, that's not the trophy piece.
That definitely the colorism
exotic is not
too.
the trophy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's about being a human and being a good person. That's the trophy. Like, I don't care who you date, whatever race that is, but don't denounce, don't say that she's better because she ain't me. You know what I mean?
That's the thing is when they put the black woman down to date the white woman or whatever. I don't date black because they got attitudes, they got this and this and that. All the, you know what I'm saying? They put us down. Just date your white woman.
And they cool.
Yeah, we happy. Got shit to do with that. We don't care.
Just don't say.
But when you start talking shit about us,
attitudes,
then we care.
Yeah.
Then we stepping in and having to protect ourselves on that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like.
But you know what? I kind of feel bad for the black men that actually are with white women that, you know, they really love, and they get like, especially during this time, they get like beat up on because you got like, what's his name? Omari Hardwick. He's always taking up for his.
Does he take up for her?
Funny looking white wife. She ain't the prettiest crayon in the box.
She a little manly.
I don't like saying that because I don't like to judge people off looks, but she is, you know, but he's always taking up for her, and I appreciate him for that because he should be protecting his woman.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I always wonder, like, how hard is that? And then you got, I just found this out. Shannon Sharp is married to a freaking
I was
white
so
woman.
surprised by that.
Me too. I don't know. He's like pro-black, Mr. I love him. You know what I mean? And then he's got this whole white wife.
Really white, like,
but he got black
white.
kids, so that means he dated like black women before,
and then went
now
to
he got a
white
white
woman.
Does that make a difference to you?
Difference? Wow, in a bad way or what?
Yeah, like, does it make a difference? Like, okay, I'll use Ocho Cinco for example. Ocho Cinco, when he was dating, when he was young, before he came up, he got like 5 kids by black women. His kids are black kids, like black.
You
know what I'm saying? But then when he became successful, he started saying, even on his show, he was like, I like exotic women. There were no actual black women on that dating show. They all were like exotic women. So he's like, you know, so that.
And then he dated Evelyn as well.
Yeah,
so she's one of those.
Puerto Rican or whatever she is. But then now he's not as successful anymore, and now he's with a black woman. I forgot about that
point. So now he went back to the black woman.
Yeah. But you know what? Somebody said to me.
That's upsetting, honestly.
I was talking to somebody about that, and they said he didn't have access to the white women or to the exotic women when he was broke, right? So now he has access to them, so therefore he is dating them.
So why did he go back to the black woman?
Because he ain't got access no more.
Oh, he don't have access no more. They revoked his pass.
Like, nigga, you broke now. You don't get all that.
If that man, Ocho Cinco, came to me as a black woman, no thank you.
Yeah.
Don't come back to me now.
Yeah.
You suck ass. Don't come back to me now. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I would probably feel away. I probably would feel away.
When you break it down like that, I hadn't even thought about that aspect of it.
You know, so that's the hard part. Like, look, black men, we don't care what y'all do at the end of the day, because if you
fuck with us, fuck with us. If you don't, like,
we don't want you to downplay.
We got enough shit going on.
The black woman to justify your reason for being with a white woman.
Exactly.
Just say, I'm attracted to her. Or I'm attracted to different races. Or I love who I love. That's the new thing. I love who I love. I don't see color. If you don't see color, that's the most ridiculous thing in the world. But we don't care about y'all dating outside.
They do that thing. They do that little thing now. The kids are doing it where they go with, like, to a mall or something, and they'll ask, do you like white girls or black girls? And then they'll ask black guys or whatever, like, oh, I like white girls because this and this and this and this and that. Like, that be the thing now. And it's so disgusting.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Even like the Kodak Black situation, where they ask, like, no, light-skinned girls, white girls, you know, they different, they softer, they da-da-da-da-da. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? I think that's the image that people put out. But there are so many, I don't want to say docile, but there are so many softer, dark-skinned women as well. Like, it's just what the media puts out, that we're so strong. Not all of us is trying to be strong all the time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But they want to protect the white woman, the light skin.
But that's because back in the day, you know, during slavery times, the the darker black skinned woman, she was the field woman.
Yeah.
She worked in the field with the
And you know what they was doing? They was fucking that field pussy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Hello.
Yeah.
So they, all that.
So the darker woman had to always be the stronger woman, because the lighter you were, okay, she can work in the house. You know, but not really,
probably because it was the master's daughter that was probably
exactly. So
and that's why he was protecting her, because that was his own daughter.
So again, those are generational
absolutely
curses and generational things that have been put into our heads.
How would you feel about your children dating outside of their race?
I don't want my children to date outside their race.
Okay.
It's just simple as that. But if they do, I'm not gonna disown them.
Can they come to family dinner? Can they come to Sunday dinner?
Yeah, they can.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say, I'm so blunt, and with my kids, I'm gonna tell them ahead of time, I'm gonna say some racist shit. I'm gonna say some shit that's probably gonna make that person feel uncomfortable. So let me apologize.
No, don't apologize. No. Why would you apologize?
I shouldn't apologize.
If you know you're doing it. No. If you know you're doing it, why are you apologizing?
Because I don't mean to hurt your feelings. I just can't help myself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I personally don't want. What about you?
She could date another. I'm not gonna tell her she can't, because she saw me when she was only 3 years old. I was dating a white man, so I can't. She has seen that. She also saw me date black men as well, plenty of them, like her father. So
but I'm gonna teach them the same thing. Don't denounce the other race to justify why you're dating this person. Right. Just say, I like this person. It doesn't matter.
I like him for how he treats me. I like, I have a daughter, so I like him for how he treats me and what he does and this and that. We vibe, stuff like that. Not just because he's light skinned, because he's white. You know what I mean? So yeah. I don't know if I'll be saying racist stuff at the dinner table. I don't know. I'm so nice.
I'm so blunt. I'm like, I gotta work on that. I gotta work on that.
That's a struggle, right?
It's a struggle.
That's part of the struggle.
That's part of the pretty ugly struggle.
There you go.
I'll be sitting there looking all cute and nice, and then turn around and say some old nasty shit that make me look ugly. Anyway, I think that's it. Like, what else you got?
No, I think that was a great episode.
I think so too.
Thank you guys for tuning in today.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all email us, DM us, comment, rate, and subscribe. Download,
like, share, do all that good
stuff. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcast, Radio Play,
everything that you can download.
Everybody listen to music.
We're there. So it is what it is. Thank y'all again for joining us this week on The Pretty Ugly Struggle. I am your girl Conni Luv.
And I'm your girl B.Hall. Catch you next week.
Bye.
That was good.
That was it.
That was good.
Quick,
Good energy.
straight to the point.
I don't know if it was quick, bitch.